inspired you to start the VID00001 project?
I started the VID00001 project back in 2005 after I'd spent some time in Tanzania, and honestly there was one single thing, and it was the kids of the VID00001 village, and I thought that if I could try and pull together some resources, I might be able to do more than spend time with them or to give them the chicken coops that we were building.
How did it all begin?
It all began that summer, so the summer of 2005, when I flew out to Africa by myself and was teaching English with 11 and 12-year-olds at a school called Patandi in Tangeru outside of Arusha. I had a phenomenal experience, loved the kids, they were great, learned a lot, was excited about the place, and then on the plane home I said to myself, maybe I should do something else. And so then the chicken coop project came the following summer, and then it's progressed somewhat unexpectedly into what is now the VID00001 project, and we're trying to build a nursery school and a dormitory area for the kids of the VID00001 village.
Did you work more with people here or more with people in Tanzania to get it all started?
We spent time with both people here and in Tanzania. I've had sort of one particular partner in crime, Lindsay. She's been the assistant director of the project since 2006. And then we have our on-site director over in Tanzania. His name is James Obanda. And the three of us work together. We're on a daily communication, and everything swings through each of us. So I'd say it's a collaborative effort between us here and then definitely out there. We're not there obviously, so we need their help, and it's important with community work that it starts within the community, not just with outside people.
Did the cultural barriers affect the growth of the organization?
I'd say that my lack of experience in international NGO work has affected the pace that we've gone. I've definitely made some mistakes, and it's been a learning process for me, but I think in the meantime we've met some really great people along the way, and it's been worthwhile to make those mistakes. It's taken a little bit longer, but we still have the same goals as we did 2 years ago. I didn't expect it to take this long, but in the meantime we have great contractors, we have great lawyers, we have great community negotiations. We really know the chief well, so it's been good.
What was the hardest part of starting the nonprofit organization?
I'd say the hardest part has been not being able to be in Tanzania more often, and things definitely don't move at the same process. That doesn't make any sense. I'd say that things don't move at the same rate when I'm here. When we're over there, things move way faster, and it's easier because we're speaking one-on-one with the people. So it's harder when I'm here in the United States, thousands of miles away from Tanzania. But I definitely say that the easiest part has been raising awareness and support here, because everyone really, really loves the idea and they're supportive of what we're doing. That was a really bad answer.
No, it wasn't.
You're going to have to cut a lot of it out, though.
Oh, we can do that. I forgot.
Yeah, you can do it on these flip cameras, too.
Really?
Yeah, it's really easy. It's easier on a PC than on a Mac.
Can you pause it then?
I think that would stop the recording.
Oh.
Keep it going. You can just cut it out when it's going, when you
Oh,
want
right.
it.
Do you want to ask anything next, or do you just want to go on to the next? I'm trying to think. There's something, which she just said something that made me think of another question, but I don't know how to phrase it. You were talking about how it's difficult because you're not there.
Not there.
Like, I'm trying to figure out to ask a question about like how you got other people involved from like other states.
Oh, just say, how have you gotten people involved?
Have you got other people involved in the organization?
We've gotten a lot of people involved. It's actually been pretty easy. All you have to do is really say something about it. And I think our NGO has sort of a hands-off approach. We don't want to say, hey, do something. Like, we want you to do this, we want you to do that, we want you to raise this amount of money. So we just tell them about the project. And I think people are naturally good and they want to help. So then it's finding ways, meaningful ways, for them to help, whether that be, last year we had a group of L'Oreal students and they put on a fashion show. We have students all over the country, in Colorado and Michigan, in Ohio here, doing all different kinds of things. Bake sales, t-shirt fundraisers, lemonade sales, and also vegetable sales. A kid raised $1,000 by selling vegetables at the local farmers market. So it's really neat how the project has spread out. I think that my main concern is getting kids involved, because when they see a project like this, then their world gets a lot bigger. That's important.
What experience or moment has affected you the most in the many times you've visited Tanzania?
I tend to be someone who likes to spend one-on-one time with kids. So I make sure, and Lindsay's also really good at making sure I have one-on-one time with kids, but it's the individual relationships that I have with some of those orphans out there. There's 10 or 12 that we spend a significant amount of time with, and like Jackson and Adiel and Natumi NGO, those kids, and the fact that when I come back they're so excited and they run up to me and they're like, Dottie! That's what makes me excited, and that's the most meaningful part.
The last one is like the closing one. Anything else you have? Is there anything I'm missing asking you that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'd say a little bit about what's going on right
The
now.
project, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Isn't that a question?
No.
Oh, okay, go.
Maybe how to ask it other than what's going on right now.
Yeah, say that.
That's fine. What's going on with the project right now?
Right now, we just finished putting on the gate to our wall, and our wall is surrounding our two structures, our two foundations that are already in the ground. So we have one structure that's going to become our nursery school, hopefully, and then another structure that is going to be our administrative block. It also has sleeping quarters for 10 bunk beds, so for 20 people and 5 offices. But in Tanzania, it's really important that we mark our territory so people don't kind of encroach on your land. Usually it's designated with palm trees, but we also wanted to have some more security just because there's going to be kids inside and it'll be a nice place for us. So we have made a big wall surrounding the outside, and then the gate was just put on this week. And then we'll start working on finishing the construction of the administrative block, and then if we can, head on to the nursery school. So that's what we're doing right now. It's exciting, and we have pictures and we hear updates every day about the progress. So it's moving along really well.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to start their own nonprofit organization?
I would say that if someone wants to start a nonprofit organization, it definitely takes a lot more time than it seems to take, especially from the outside. When I first got into this, I had no idea what I was doing. Now it's just happened to be my full-blown out passion, and I'm going to be going to grad school next year in international relations and spending the rest of my life, I think, doing this type of work. So I love it, but I think it does take a lot of time, and your heart really has to be in the right place because it's difficult. It's really hard, especially in developing countries, and if you have a head, that's one thing, but you need a head and a heart to make it work because there are a lot of trials and tribulations, and things do go slower than you expect them to. So if your heart's in it, though, and the kids are there, which is the main reason I'm in it, there's always something pushing you forward to continue.
Did you think it was the connections you were making that made it easier to start, or was it, did you take a class or something like that?
I didn't really know what I was doing when I started this project. I came home and I was like, hey, let's do something. And then my friend was like, hey, you might want to start an NGO. And I was like, no, it's okay. We can just talk to people about it. And he's like, if they're going to be donating money, you should probably make sure you're filed and people can get tax deductible donations, so on and so forth. And I finally listened, good thing, because this costs money. Things cost money, and we need to have credibility here in the United States, and then also when we work abroad, we need to have that same type of credibility. So we're actually a U.S. registered nonprofit, but we have a branch in Tanzania, and there's all of these numbers that come associated with it. And you also get big benefits, like right now with construction, we have 20% off all domestic imports, and that's a huge amount of money we're saving because we're registered as an NGO. And I don't remember what your original question was, Olivia, so I don't know if I've answered it or not.
Yeah. No, you have. We thought that it would branch out into like this kind of thing. Anything else?
Ask the future question, and we'll end on that. Or is that the question?
Yeah. Can you expand on what you're going to be doing from now on at grad school?
So this fall, I'll be going to the Fletcher School at Tufts University, and the Fletcher School itself is an international affairs school, and there's various programs. And the program I will be in is a Master of Arts in Law and Diplomacy, and my concentration right now is humanitarian studies, and my geographical concentration is Africa. It's a 2-year program, and Fletcher has over 170 courses, and I'd say the advantage is you can do really content-based things, and I definitely have a heart for Africa, I definitely have a heart for kids. There are a lot of professors who are doing work over there with Africa, with kids, with nutrition, with poverty, so it's a great fit for me, and I'm hopeful that in the summers I'll still be able to go to Tanzania with the Laurel girls, and then also maybe spend some more time there in the long run with and then from the Fletcher School have the knowledge to move this nonprofit forward at a faster rate and with more skills and background.
That's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Another question.